Hey y'all, this is Coach A here. Welcome to the very first podcast, the Hoops Academy podcast, aka the HA podcast. Super excited to have you guys with us. And when I say with us, I'm talking about me, Mike and Kobe behind me. Coach Nick and Coach Claire are going to join on the rest of our episodes that we have coming up. But decided to do this one by myself to start. So, what is the HA podcast? Again, we are talking all things basketball, along with some things off the court as well, some things that make basketball exciting and fun to watch and everything. I thought, why not talk about my recent trip to Utah and Vegas and the three things on the agenda. First, NBA Summer League, got to attend that this past week out in Vegas. It was phenomenal. Second would be Vegas itself. It was my first time in Vegas ever. Talk about a culture shock. It's different out there. And then lastly, I want to talk about the young man I was training. Shout out to you, Michael, out at BYU, starting up this fall. He's got a little reserve walk-on spot coming up here soon. So let's dig right in. All right, let's talk NBA Summer League. Wow. This is my first time going to an NBA Summer League ever in my life, and it did not disappoint. I was able to watch quite a few games. I saw the Pacers and I believe it was the Raptors or something like that. To be honest, that game wasn't too exciting. I also saw the Knicks versus the Lakers. And I also got to take a peek into Cade Cunningham, one of his games. I wasn't able to make it for the whole game. I messed up on the schedule there, but I was able to kind of peek in on some of the action. My favorite game by far, though, was the Los Angeles Lakers versus New York Knicks. The place was rocking. It was full crowd. You had all the stars and basketball players sitting courtside, and it was a phenomenal time. I had really good seats. It was open seating. You got to choose where you wanted to sit and everything. So standouts from that game: Mac McClung. My goodness, this man has one of the fastest first steps I have ever seen before in person. He would literally catch the ball, one dribble, and then just be gone. His quick twitch muscles are, that's like a God-given gift right there. It's just off the charts, insanely fast. And that's on the Lakers side. I will say this, his athleticism is definitely there. He can definitely get up. He can play above the rim. He has some really creative finishes around the rim as well. Only thing, though, that he really struggled with that I noticed is double teams and traps. A lot of the times he would come off of a screen and they would hard hedge, or they would bring a double, and he would pick up his dribble almost immediately. So if you watch players like Steph Curry, Dame Lillard, CP3, hell, even Bradley Beal, like they are phenomenal at coming off the screens, being able to take the initial contact from the edge, keep their dribble alive, and then being able to make that secondary read out of that screen and roll option. So I would definitely say that's an area that he needs to improve in, and I know he's been putting in a whole bunch of work and everything. Over the summer during the off season, I've seen some videos and stuff like that. So hopefully that his trainers kind of noticed that at the summer league and that they incorporate that. Next up, the New York Knicks. Standouts, my goodness, Obi Toppin and Emmanuel Quickley. If you've never gotten a chance to see them play in person, I highly recommend that you do, because they are a force to be reckoned with, most definitely. Obi Toppin is just as big and just as agile and good as advertised. Seeing him in person, I don't know, he's got to be 6'8", 6'9", pushing easily over 200-something pounds. This man is a beast. I would not want to stand in front of him to take a charge if he's absolutely no way. Quickly, on the other hand, he has locked in his jumper. It looks smooth, it looks good, and he's hitting off the dribble with that jumper now as well. All right, next up, let's talk about Vegas. Again, first time in Vegas, also sporting that. Shout out to the old school, middle school jerseys. Got Gigi on the back here. Shout out about Vegas, man. Wow, Vegas is different. This is coming from, I'm from Denver, born and raised, and Denver is not like Vegas in any way, shape, or form. It's loud, it's bright all the time. It's all these flashing lights, all these people walking around all times of day, 2, 3 in the morning, doesn't matter. Like everybody's just out. And the casinos out there, it's just ridiculous. I literally walked into the airport and I saw casino machines just scattered throughout the airport. I was surprised. I was like, wow, you just get off the plane and boom, I'm about to sit down and play a slot machine, it's ridiculous. I will say I got to see Hell's Kitchen. Shout out to Gordon Ramsay. I wanted to go, but they said that you basically have to book like months in advance. It's just crazy busy and stuff, which makes sense. It's Gordon Ramsay. But yeah, I didn't get a chance to go to Hell's Kitchen, but I definitely got to stop by and just kind of see the area, the vibe and stuff. It was nice. It was nice. I think my favorite part, I walked through the MGM Grand. I was staying at a hotel right next to it called the Signature at MGM. Then there's the main part of the MGM, and let me tell you, that building is gargantuan. To be honest, I would probably stay there the next time that I go out to Vegas. It is just incredible. This whole layout of just, again, slot machines, a casino, all that jazz. But then you go to certain places, they have sports betting, this huge TV that's up on the side. Now, I've heard that NBA has kind of toyed around with the idea, of bringing an NBA team to Vegas. What I will say is, one, you would never get bored. There's always stuff to do and everything. But within that, never getting bored, Vegas also brings a lot of distractions. It's always loud, bright, all these people coming through 24/7. It's definitely like a nightlife type of city, and you kind of have to be a part of that mindset or that vibe to kind of ingrain yourself in the culture there. I've always thought about, what if they did bring a team to Vegas? It's obviously a big moneymaker. They brought the Raiders there. They have UNLV. That's where all the summer league games were. It's kind of makes sense, but I don't know. I feel like the distractions would get to a lot of the players, whether that be the home team or the away team. Forgot that Las Vegas Aces are their WNBA team, so it would be a lot going on to a city that already has a lot going on. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Should the NBA bring a team out to Las Vegas? How big of a drive or pull would that be? Back out here going west towards California. Let me know. All right, last but not least, let's talk Utah, which is the complete opposite of Vegas. No, but for real. Went out to Salt Lake City and I was prepping. Shout out to Michael. He's going out to BYU this coming semester here. He's been grinding really hard. He's from Taiwan. Did quite a bit of weight training. I will admit he was definitely a little shocked once we started lifting some of the heavier weights. But in terms of just being a good sport about it and really, just powering through, he did a great job at that. Highlights and things that he does really well. He is really strong, especially in the upper body. He's got good shoulders. He can bully his way into the paint, finish up nice and tall. For the most part, that was very surprising in a good way. And I absolutely loved that he was able to get to the rim the way that he did. Also, his shot, when he's warm, when he's warmed up, ready to go, it's consistent, especially from the mid-range. From three, we didn't get a chance to really work on that the way I wanted to, but from the mid-range, it looked pretty solid. So yeah, definitely when he's warmed up and ready to go, his shot is solid. Definitely a couple of things that we even talked about that we're working on. Ball handling. Just has to be a really adept ball handler. He's a little taller than me, 6'5", 6'5.5". So definitely getting used to handling the basketball. handling ball pressure. You know, if the defender plays up on you, how you can get around, how you can move, proper spacing, etc. All the things are going to be huge and important, you know, with him trying out for the team at BYU. All right, that will do it for the very first HA podcast. Thank you guys for tuning in. Super excited to get this series off the ground, to be honest. Me and the coaches have been talking about this for like the past month and a half, 2 months. We're kind of just now getting around to it, but you know, we just have a whole bunch of things that we want to talk about, share from our hearts that we think will benefit you all as athletes. So like I said, definitely keep paying attention to all those summer league highlights. I think it just finished up. Shout out to Davion Mitchell, who he and the Kings won the Summer League Championship. Shout out to them. Yeah, like I said, let me know down in the comments about whether or not the NBA should bring a team to Vegas. And then, of course, Michael, shout out to you. Big ups to you out at BYU. It's a beautiful campus, beautiful school. Wish you nothing but the best out there. All right, that's it for episode number 1 of the Hoops Academy podcast. Super excited to keep this going with you all. Have a blessed day. We'll catch you guys on the flip side. Fuck did I just say?